Season 2 of the Pat and JT podcast.
Oh man, I'm here at last. The best time, always gonna be the best. Come on!
Exclusively on the Hurrdat Media Network.
So excited for our weekly Facebook and YouTube Live. So if you're listening to this in the afternoon or something, and you're like, wait a second, I missed it. Well, you can go back. It's on our Facebook page and YouTube channel. And there's a link in the description for the video. But try to tune in every Friday at this time-ish. What other show do you know has an ish after its start time? We're 9-ish. 9:15-ish.
We're 9-ish. That's what time this is right now.
Today we're early. We're it's 9:14. We're going early. Last week it was like 24. See, it's ish.
Yep. That's it.
Lean
That's
into
us,
the ish.
Under promise and overserve. That's our motto.
Is that what it is? That's what going 1 minute early is called overserving? Wow.
In our world.
In our world, yeah. Fair enough.
Also, another reason too is because what we're going to be doing each week is featuring our just a few TikTok videos that kind of grabbed our attention. And Reagan put some together this week for us. And if you have any TikTok videos or anything that you want to share with us, feel free to do so. So it's going to be a little more on the visual side, but we'll try and do our best to describe what's going on for those that are just listening to the audio. But if you do get a chance, absolutely check out the video, the whole setup, and you can see my crooked camera.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, it's a micro inch off. Like it's a small bit off, like in the little screen. You can barely see. I know it drives you guys crazy with the OCD or whatever, but
my world.
Yeah, it's just
like the
off.
boat's tipping over or something. So
it's the end of the world because your picture's an 1/18 of an inch off.
I know. I couldn't fix it, so I just have to deal with it. Anyway, so getting to some stories and some stuff that's going on. First, I guess we wanted to start with things that you guys have to say and what's going on in your world. And by the way, feel free to drop into the comments. Hi, Allie. And good morning, Liz from Centris. How are you doing? Happy Friday.
Hi, Allie.
We're going to be talking about you guys in just a second.
You can text us if you're not on YouTube or Facebook right now. You can text us at 402-403-9478. This one's from Jillian, and she's talking about the episode that was yesterday, Thursday, with Psychic Andy. It says, Pat and Andy were talking about getting hair stuck in their butt. And so if you missed it, when a guy or even girls, you share a shower or a bathtub with a girl with long hair. Or just in general, you're with somebody that has long hair. Eventually, you'll end up with a long hair in your butt crack, and you'll like for some reason be digging around, and you'll be like, "What is that?" And zoink, and it's out. Pull it out. Anyway, Jillian is calling you out. She said JT said it's not happened to her. She goes, I call BS. This happens to every female with hair over 6 inches long. It slides down your back in the shower and stops the butt and stays there until removed by the owner. It's just a girl thing. It happens daily. No one talks about it.
It might just be like subconscious because I don't actually have a recall of that happening.
Maybe you just have a buildup of hair in your butt. You haven't cleaned it out. Well,
Not
not that you haven't cleaned your butt out. I'm just saying you haven't pulled the hair out. Because you probably just don't realize it because you can't be the only female that doesn't get long hair in their butt. You probably just take it out and you don't even think about it.
You don't even think about it. It must just or it's just rinses right on through.
Wow.
With the water running down your back.
I don't know. My butt is as flat as possible. And if it doesn't wash out of mine, it's not washing out of anybody's.
Ooh, I like Pam. Thank you, Pam. Very nice.
Thanks, Pam.
Right? Reagan says, I joined 2 minutes late and we're talking butt cleaning. That's what you get. You can't be late, Reagan.
Yeah.
You have to keep control of this activity. That's why you're supposed to be here already. Anyway, all right. So then what else did we have here? Oh, I can't remember what I was going to do. What was I going to do?
We're going to talk about some stories. I got something I want to talk about. It happened last night, kind of on the tip.
Go ahead.
Well, we talked for the last couple of weeks. Well, for a while, we've talked about my kids and just kids in general and trying to save money and just them buying crazy stuff because they make so much money.
And because one of them has moved out on his own.
Yeah.
And so it's a whole new world.
Yeah.
And it probably is a new world for your daughter as well, not having her brother around all the time.
Yeah. Well, and they're both, and just even, I mean, that's part of it probably, but they just, like we've said before, they just make so much money. So it's hard. They're not struggling. Like they're minted, right? They're totally minted. So yesterday, Bennett comes over to the house last night and he went to go get some food and he went to Raising Cane's. So on the way back, he's like, I'm coming over. I got a surprise for you guys. And so he went through Raising Cane's through the drive-thru and just bought, he said 24 pieces of bread. I mean, random. and a couple.
That's otherwise known as a loaf.
Yeah, basically. And it came in like a catering tin, like one of those tin deals.
Is it like cooked or buttered or garlic?
Their bread is amazing. It's just Raising Cane's bread. I don't know what it's on it.
Okay, I get you now. I mean, just hearing him say he ordered 24 pieces of bread.
Yeah, well, yeah, that would be super weird. But like the Cane's bread, like Cane's bread. 24 pieces of Cane's bread. And so we got to cut some pieces of chicken also. And then he's like, well, he ordered 2 cups of the cane sauce, which is delicious. And he wanted 2 bigger cups of it. So they gave him 2 cups, 2 little cups. He drove out. He's like, I'm going to go back inside. He went back inside to get 2 cups. And this girl apparently was new or whatever. And he's like, can I get a big cup of cane sauce? And she's like, well, yeah. He goes, yeah, no, but bigger than that one. He goes, can you just give me a medium, whatever cup for drinks, just fill that with cane sauce? And she's like, I don't know if I can do that. She had to get it approved by the manager. So she went back and they're like, well, whatever. He's going to have to pay for it. $8.50 later, he bought this. It's a medium cup of cane sauce for $8.50. So that's what I'm talking about. It's like, dude. And he was so proud of it. Loved it. Came in, left it at the house, brought the bread. $8.50 boink for a large thing of cane sauce.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
So that's what I'm talking about. I'm like, dude. You and this you can tell where it was. Look where you can see the little top, like the highest it was the size of a small cup of cane sauce. He didn't need that.
Seriously distorted. But then again, you've got Courtney on here saying, so worth it. Cane sauce is the bee's knees.
It is super good. I told him, like, dude, this is really good. If it lasts for a long time, I'm fine with it.
I've never had it.
It's awesome. Yeah. I mean, it's worth it.
And Laura, addictive cane sauce. You can buy it at Hy-Vee.
I guarantee it's not $8.50.
Bet.
Boink.
Richmond.
Boink. And you can see the tin behind it. You can see the silver tin, like the catering tin. I thought he went to a wedding and there was like Salisbury steaks in there. When he came in, I'm like, dude, where'd you come from? And there's 24 pieces of Cane's bread.
Bread and sauce.
Yeah.
And I just spent, how much money do you think that whole order then was?
Oh man.
How much was that?
I mean, because he got a meal and 24 pieces of bread and that. So I'm sure it was $25.
$25, $30.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cane's or Chick-fil-A, Reagan says. Which sauce? Ooh. I can vouch for Chick-fil-A, but I've never had Cane's.
I've had them both. I love them both. I gotta say Cane's. I don't
Courtney
know.
says Cane's.
Mm-hmm. Cane's.
Maybe else
really
want to
good.
jump on that. Feel free. Cane's or Chick-fil-A. I have to say Chick-fil-A because I have never tried Cane's.
I like Freddy's sauce too. Freddy's burgers. They have a special little sauce. It's probably all the same stuff, but it's really good.
I had no idea. Do you know what? Okay, so if you can buy Cane's at Hy-Vee,
and you can buy Freddy's.
You can buy Chick-fil-A.
You can buy Freddy's. Oh, I'm sure you can. Yeah, you can buy Freddy's too. We've purchased some.
Yeah, Christina says, seriously, what's it called? Is it labeled as Cane's sauce?
Probably
at Hy-Vee.
More than likely.
Cane's has got to be marketing it, right?
Yeah, because Freddy's does. Freddy's has the logo on the label. It's this Freddy sauce, so it probably is.
Smart. Saw a note that came up in here, by the way, and let's go ahead and pull this one out because somebody said you have to talk about Toon Blast. Your wife promised the people.
Yeah, I know. Well, and now I even have a little note in here to talk about Toon Blast.
Right, Courtney brought that up.
And now, and I remember we were sitting on the couch the other day, and we are trying to figure out that because I was dethroned. I'm not the team leader anymore.
Remember when that happened to me? I got kicked out.
Mm-hmm. it's and I made fun of you, and now I feel bad because it's demoralizing. It's like Maximus leading all the gladiators to the arena, and then they're like, "All right, we got it, thanks, dude," and they give him an Uber home. So
much so Maximus.
It's exactly like that. So yeah, but I love my team. I love my team. So they're I gotta get in my phone because I can't remember. Something Blaster, I think.
Go ahead.
Is the name of the person that's taking over, and the team is running well. Got a bonus last week, so we're doing fine. But they I think
without your leadership,
yeah, which I'm happy.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
that's crazy though. It's like you're replaceable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I found a new game. We're gonna talk about that after you find your.
Okay.
I know. I left Toon Blast. I left. I did. I just deserted my team. I did. Somebody else took over. They're doing great without me.
Kristen is our leader, and she's killing. She's doing great. So great, Kristen. Appreciate it. So yeah, we were sitting on the couch the other day, Wednesday, and Beth was playing, and she got into the chat, and there were some conversations going on about.
I love that.
Yeah.
Did somebody dethroned you?
Yeah. Well, it's been a while.
Okay.
It's been a while since I've been dethroned.
All right. Can you find him?
Yeah, Kristen's going to be traveling. She's going to be traveling the 25th on. She's going to be playing limited time, and she want to know if she should make somebody else a leader. And
Ooh.
I mean, I'm fine. If she wants to make somebody else a leader, I endorse that. But I think so far she's been doing fine. And as long as you log in within 30 days, you're good to go.
You can stick around.
Yeah. So Kristen, I
that's
think
where I got.
Take your needed time off, relax.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where I got in trouble because I didn't log in for 30 days. I mean, blew me away, but I deserved it. I found a new game though. It's called Wordle.
Oh, is that what's on Twitter? You look like, what was that? You posted like some
random screenshot.
Yeah, I didn't know what it was. I thought you were like drinking or something because it was so confusing.
I gotta say hi to Barb. We got a lot of comments going on over here, and thank you very much. You play that too, Wordle. I just started playing it, and it's kind of like Hangman, but not. You're trying to figure out what letters you need. You have 5 chances to do it, and you have to put in. Well, you just grab it. I can't explain it. Just try it and see what you can do. Because I failed miserably the first time, but now I want to go back because I want to figure this out. Yeah, give that. Wordle is a lot of fun.
Okay, yeah, I saw you post about it on Twitter, so I'll look it up.
Yep, I posted that last night. I don't know what time was that.
I don't know. It was super confusing. It was super. I looked at it. I'm like, I don't understand what you're asking for. A lot of symbols. I don't get it.
Are you wanting help?
What is that? Do you need? Are you kidnapped? What's going on? It's super weird, like a code.
Wordle. Yes, Christina likes it also. Yeah, there's some other people that are out there playing. It's only been out for like, I don't know, 200 days. I think they said.
Okay.
Whatever that would be. It's been out for a minute, but I just had never seen it before. I don't know how long it's been out, but I just saw it, so I grabbed it. And then there was another one back here that I wanted to grab in the comments. 9:20 in the morning, and I'm off wanting Raisin Cane's. Sorry, Liz.
Yeah.
You know, right? I'm a little hungry too.
Yeah.
I am. I talk about all those sauces. Like, dang, that sounds really good. Oh, Laura, this is the one that I wanted to grab. It says, as a naturalist, this is a smart person, Pat.
Okay.
I can't believe the only way I heard about the flying squirrels was your podcast.
Really?
Yep. Here's to sharing your podcast with all my wildlife friends and colleagues. Happy Friday.
That's awesome.
Look at us bringing it.
Yeah. Breaking squirrel news. We should have a segment called Breaking Squirrel News. I'm going to write that down so we can.
Yeah.
Yeah, because our squirrels it's happening at the house. Yesterday, Beth was working from home and she was sitting on the chair and she heard like a thumpy thump thing. And she looked up and there was a squirrel on the deck post looking in the window at her.
Right.
Yeah, like dude. So she went out and refilled.
What are you doing?
Corn.
I like when they're jumping up on the roof and then you hear them drop their nuts.
Mm-hmm. Right. I'm
like looking up at the roof and waiting.
Where'd that one go?
You see a squirrel dart across to the clearest tree. Dun, 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 dun. And like, wait, there's no trees right over my house. But they cut across to get from one tree on one side to the other. It must be easier than outrunning the dog.
I'm sure, yeah.
Jack looks forward to the opportunity to chase them across the yard. Every once in a while, they give him that opportunity. So since we'd mentioned it earlier, we're going to go ahead and grab that story that you were just talking about with the kids in the $92 order at Raising Cane's and talk about Centris Federal Credit Union and keeping track of your finances and your budget. And the best way to do it, it's just like a diet, man. The best way to do it is to what? Write it down.
Yeah.
To write it down. And I know, back in the day when we had the checkbooks, right? You'd write down in the check, and some people play like a what? A checkbook. And you'd have your register and you'd write down every check that you wrote. And then you'd have to balance your checkbook to match your statement at the end of the month.
Oh my gosh, lame.
And pray that at the end of the month, everything balanced out because you couldn't check it every day. And like now when you buy something, I rely way too much on my bank. I rely way so much because I go to the bank, just look and see what I've got online.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, it's easier for now. It's easier now to budget and to look at what you spent. Because I'm not a writer downer. I never have been for diets. And I never balanced a checkbook ever. Because if it got to the end of the month and I was off, I'm like, whatever. I'm like, whatever. It was too much. So now you can just go back and check and you can kind of see and categorize what you're spending. Exactly. So it writes it down for you because I wouldn't.
But if you're buying things that aren't on the norm, make sure you write them down. And there's some good ways to do that. Like Mint, Good Budget is another good app as well. Centris, always helping us out with our 2 cents worth with Pat and JT from Centris Federal Credit Union. And all you got to do is stop by or check them out online. Give them a call. They've got tons of financial experts that would love to help you get it straightened out.
It's 402-334-7000 or centrisfcu.org. I'm going to forward that and retweet that to my kids.
Very good. Yes, please do.
Yeah.
I want to thank them for being a partner on the show also.
Yeah,
really
love it.
appreciate them and love having them along. I got some Yellowstone news for you. And I know we got a TikTok from Yellowstone as well.
Okay.
Well, it's regarding Yellowstone, but a couple of things. There are more TV shows coming from Mr. Sheridan, the Yellowstone creator. As a matter of fact, if I counted right, I think there are 6 shows, 6 or 7 other series that he is working on, aside from the work he's been doing on Yellowstone. 1883, you already know about. The 4 Sixes is in Texas. A couple others that are coming out. Kansas City is one that's going to be on Paramount Plus, and it's with Sylvester Stallone.
What? That's cool.
Yeah. He's going to play a mobster, New York City mobster who relocates to Kansas City. And the funny thing is, the first thing I thought of when I saw that, I don't know if anybody has ever seen the movie My Blue Heaven.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Great movie.
Remember that with Steve Martin?
Steve Martin. Yeah, great movie.
And he plays the mobster from New Jersey, and he gets planted in the suburbs somewhere in Central America.
Yeah.
And he's going to the grocery store. The one thing I always recall is because he goes to the grocery store and he's always looking for arugula. And the manager is like, I don't have arugula. We'll get you arugula. You know, it's just very funny, but I don't think this is going to be like that at all. Because it's Sylvester Stallone and it looks like it's going to be a little bit more serious. Landman is another one coming, and that one's with Billy Bob Thornton.
Love
that
him.
looks like it's going to be good. And it's based on a podcast.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a Texas podcast about the oil business. So that will be coming. Another one is called Lioness, and Nicole Kidman and Zoe Saldana are going to be in that one. At least it looks like right now, as female Marines, which is pretty cool. And one that's already out also is Mayor of Kingston, which is pretty darn good. That's with Jeremy Renner. So he is killing it.
Yeah, and he seems like he's been around forever, and he's just really ramping. Yeah, right? He is killing it. That's insane. He's going to be richer than rich.
All these shows in his head, and he's had everything all mapped out, and he like plucked the golden nugget, which was Kevin Costner. Let's throw that one out first, and then all of a sudden he has street cred, and he can pretty much do what he wants. Well, and the real kicker is one of the stories that I saw is that Yellowstone at first was rejected by Netflix, and it was rejected by multiple other channels.
I bet they're kicking themselves.
See, and that's got to be, everybody was complaining because it's on Paramount Plus. And it's like, what am I going to, it's like, I can't see it. I don't have that, or I have to pay extra for it. And that's why is because he got turned down by everybody else.
I wonder if people that turn down those shows ever, like, they're sitting in a meeting and they're like, dude, why did you pass on that? What was the reason behind passing on that show?
I'm wondering if it's kind of him, because he does come off as no bullshit, kind of guy. And he just he's very, then again, I may be putting words in his mouth, I guess, but he does come off as somebody who, it's like, okay, if you don't want him, I'm out. I'll see you later. I don't care. It may be a little abrasive.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd put up with it for the amount kind of money he's going to be bringing in.
I mean, really? Me too.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Jeez. A couple of big headlines that came down the last couple of days. Ghislaine Maxwell. That was a big one. Apparently,
see, that's the thing. I haven't seen anything. Like, I'm not on social media a ton during the day, but it's like that. I haven't seen any updates since the guilty verdicts came down. I haven't seen anything.
Okay, so the latest, I just saw this yesterday. Ghislaine Maxwell has ended her fight to keep the John Does a secret.
So she was trying to keep them secret.
Why? I don't know. I don't know. I don't understand it.
Because I bet, to put on your hat for a second, it's that if she's hiding it for her self-protection because she doesn't want something to happen to her, she's going to be, I think that if she got threatened, not just she got threatened, I bet her family, she's probably trying to protect her family and her circle, and she can't anymore.
I think, and a couple of people pointing this out, Prince Andrew, you're absolutely right. I think that the Prince Andrew story may have been an impetus for this. May have kind of got the ball rolling, because even though Prince Andrew, well, first off, they said that they can go ahead with the trial. That was the big news, because I think he really thought that they were going to be able to get him out from under on that and be able to push the right buttons and use the right connections so he wouldn't have to stand trial for the assault. And now they said, well, they can't stop it, so it's going to go forward. He hasn't even gone on trial yet. And his mother, or his grandmother, his mother, it's his mama, yeah, the queen. She stripped him of all his Marine titles, stripped him of a bunch of different titles.
That statement that came out is it's the douchiest thing. Like, it sounds so dorky. Like, to read that, like, he no longer is blah, blah, blah. It's like, what are you people doing? That sounds like, so dumb.
But they took everything away from him. He's still in line for the throne, but he's 9th in line for the throne. He's behind Charles and his kids and their kids. I mean, he's got a long ways to go. But I love it. Pam, she says the queen don't F around. She was just like, I'm done. I don't even care because the rumors are hurting us. This is awful. Nobody can respect you. We're going to take all this away from you, all of your public appearances, all that stuff. And you're right. Laura's right too. The queen, how many family members have let her down? You know, it's just like this kind of stuff. And I was saying, because Andrew, this is how I'm like, wait a minute. Andrew was married to Fergie.
Right.
Now you wonder why they got divorced. Yeah. And everybody thought she was crazy. But I think she might be a little cuckoo. But I mean,
yeah, I think there's been this kind of behavior and activity in the royal family for a long time. It's just now we can't hide it anymore. So I think this isn't the first time that family members have, in the recent years, let her down over the years. They've just been able to hide it, keep it behind the walls.
I agree. So now they move forward. And they said in December of last year, a Manhattan jury in her trial returned the guilty verdicts for Ghislaine Maxwell. And then just yesterday, I think it was, when they put out the word that, you know what, she's going to end the fight to keep it all secret. And so there are probably a few more John Does out there who aren't sweating like Prince Andrew said he wasn't.
Yeah. Gross. I hope so, because it's not right that these guys, or whoever, it could be women too, who knows, who are redacted from the black book. It's not fair that they get a skate and nobody gets to know who they are. And these poor girls who were victimized for so long, they have to carry that the rest of their lives. And these dirtbags get away with it. I think it's not right. So I'm glad.
It is not. I've seen too many people and groups and organizations that help women who are trafficked and help children who are trafficked saying the same thing. It's like, okay, so you got Ghislaine, yay. What about the guys? She may have provided them. She was selling them. Who bought them? Mm-hmm. Let's get them. That's where the market is, right?
Yep.
All right. So now the next thing we're going to do is, because we're going to roll back, because I started with Yellowstone and then we just kept on rolling. We've got some TikToks for you. And the Yellowstone one is really funny. I like this one a lot. This is a real quick one. Basically, it's just after binging Yellowstone.
I've seen a few of these and they make me laugh every time.
I love them because you see the people, basically what it is. If you're just listening, be sure and watch these because this is really funny. So be sure and catch it on YouTube. But they end up morphing into their favorite character.
Yellowstone on yet? Hey, hurry up and get supper ready. Yellowstone's coming on. Everybody sit down and shut up. Yellowstone's coming on. That tuna helper better be ready or I'm taking somebody else to the train station.
That's so funny. That's so funny.
I love that. All right. Some other big ones this week. I don't know if you had a chance to see the chiropractor for horses.
Yeah. Okay. I didn't see this one until Reagan put this up there for us. And I'm like, is that a real thing? Like,
yes,
you've rolled around horses your whole life. They really have those?
It really is. We used to have basically it used to be called T-Touch was when it first came around, and it was just a therapeutic touch. And I remember there was a woman who gave classes on that. And Tuna Helper, I just saw that. That makes me laugh. Sorry, Beth. And I'm talking Beth on Yellowstone, Tuna Helper. You'll know what that means once you start watching Pat. Okay. Anyway. They start. We had a vet that did that and would work with the animals with their muscles and their spines and use like a TENS unit on them and things like that, as opposed to drugs. So this is what it looks like.
Oh. That's crazy. You can hear his spine popping, getting back into place. That's nuts.
And you notice he didn't walk away.
Well, no, it feels awesome.
Because it feels good.
It feels so good.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
so that was pretty cool. the ski resort water accident. When I saw this one, I thought, why don't they turn on the chairs? Turn on the chairlift for the love and move it 10 feet.
Tried to call 911. They won't.
I hadn't seen that before. So it was like this ski lift, and right below it, like a water main broke or whatever, and the water's spewing up like Old Faithful, right on like giving them an enema, like a mountain water enema. That is hilarious.
Turn on the chairlift.
You guys, if you're just listening to this, you have to go to our Facebook page and watch these. These are unbelievable. That's crazy. All right, like literally move the chairlift 10 feet.
All right, next one. This is adorable. This is the dad that mic'd up his son at hockey practice. I think it's pretty self-explanatory. You'll be able to hear the little kid talking. It's pretty funny.
You know, buddy?
Good.
You good? Attaboy.
Oh my God, I'm gonna hit it into the board. I hit into the board. Oh.
Boy. Okay. I see you, boy.
Guess what, Josie? Josie, guess what? Somebody knocked me over today. Some people. Did you get a new jersey? No.
Super cute.
Going into the board.
Super cute.
And then the last one, Reagan, I'm glad you got this one. If anybody's heard the story about the new lake that they're looking at again between Omaha and Lincoln.
It's been going on for at least 30 years. They've been talking about this reservoir between Lincoln and Omaha.
Right. And the argument is where it's going to end up. Not sure if it's going to be, some people are saying, well, it can't be north of town. Big Sandy's north of town, right? So others are saying, well, it might be south of town, south of the Platte. So south of west of Lenoma and west of the Platte River Bridge where you go over, that, and then Mahoney, west of Mahoney, maybe south of town. I don't know. Maybe that put around the bend, beachfront.
And then there's also other plans where like I'm mixed because this would really suck. A lot of people would lose land. Their towns would go away, but my parents would have literally beachfront property. So it's like I'm totally torn on this.
It's I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's going to go north or going to go south. But listen to this guy. He's kind of got the breakdown.
All right, Nebraska, what if I told you we could be getting a lake in between Lincoln and Omaha? And by getting, yes, I mean like literally like we're going to get one, like someone's going to build it. Because that's exactly what lawmakers want to do, and they say it would have a $5 billion impact. Also, this proposed lake would be 30 feet deep and 4,000 acres, which would make it bigger than Lake Okoboji. And it would look something like this. I don't know how much this is going to cost to make, but I feel like it would be a whole lot cheaper to fill our potholes instead of digging up a big giant hole and putting water in it. Just saying.
Okay, fair enough. That's a good argument. It's not going to ever happen. It's been going on for 30 years. It's not going to happen.
I know. They keep trying. They keep trying. Yeah. But anyway, so there's that. So
that was fun.
Goodness sakes, we had just all kinds of goodies, didn't we?
Yeah.
I think we got everything. And everybody, thanks so much for popping in.
Yeah, and if you're listening to this, you didn't watch it on Friday morning. The link's in our description directly to the video, but also 9:00 ish on Fridays. We go live every Friday.
I was Reagan just threw it out there. Also, just gonna leave this with you. You guys can leave your comments. They've been talking about the high-speed rail car between Omaha and Lincoln.
Giddy up!
And I'm not for it.
I didn't know that was a thing. I'm totally for it
because all the little towns in between. That's tourism is like their thing, but.
That's a good point. Did we not watch Cars? Did we not learn anything from Cars? The interstate killed Car City, whatever that town was called.
Again, that's what they thought would happen to all the towns when they put the interstate in, and it didn't.
I'm all about the rapid train. That'd be fun.
But the high-speed rail, interesting thought. So we'll leave that there. Or the lake. Are you for it or against it? Love to hear your comments about that as well.
Thank you guys for watching, for listening, whatever you're doing, wherever you are. Have a great weekend. You can find our podcast anywhere you find podcasts. Like, subscribe, and follow our Facebook page. Thanks.
Season 2 of the Pat and JT podcast.
What?
I'm just hitting all these kind of buttons. Hold on, we're going to start the end all over. There we go. That's it. Kind of ironic. The one thing I hit is that. This is the button I hit wrong. Dumb. Getting fat fingers and the buttons are getting smaller. Thank you guys.
Pat and JT podcast, a Hurrdat Media Production.